I'm quite grateful for the lockdown, if I'm honest, because I think a lot of people have like started to focus on themselves a lot more.
Yeah.
Like I think going out distracts people a lot.
100%.
Like
You know what?
your life's always outside.
You know what I realised the most as well? Like whenever I speak to people about like my travelling and stuff,
Yeah.
they'll always be like to me, how did you go alone? Like, how did you do stuff alone? And stuff like that just makes you think like, if at your big age you can't be going out and just enjoy yourself alone, then that tells me that you've got a lot of work to do on yourself.
Yeah.
Because you
Can't always have
rely on having other people.
Yeah, you can't always have a
a
helping hand.
The only person that's always got you is yourself. So you need to make sure that you're always you're your best friend.
Do you know what? I try give him. I know a friend that needs that sort of advice. Like I know that she's going through some stuff at home, right?
Yeah.
And she's the kind of person that would always look to a friend for help. And like, but your friend can't always be there for you.
Yeah,
like
100%.
They can't solve your issues, your problems. They can make you feel a tiny bit better, I guess, but your problems are still there. So like to her, I just tell her that like sometimes you gotta face like, problems yourself on your own. That's the only way you can actually like beat them, if I'm honest, because it's your problem yourself. So you can't put it onto your friends all the time.
Yeah, 100%, man. I feel like it's something when you get older as well. Like back in the day, I always used to tell people all of my problems, and then try to get help off them. But then after you start to realize like the only person that's dealing with this is you. So the only person that should be trying to sort this out is you. But don't get me wrong, like sometimes you do need a second opinion just to see like, if you're moving crazy and anything like
just
that.
to see.
And just to see, but like the main person that you shouldn't be looking to somebody else straight away. Then that comes to another thing. Like you see them people that will go from relationship to relationship.
Yeah. Oh my God, I know someone like that. Oh Jesus Christ.
Like it's natural to be alone, and if you're not used to that, then that's not good, man.
It's tough.
And when I actually started traveling alone, when I started doing stuff alone, that's when I really realized that how much I actually loved myself.
Yeah, you only need yourself.
Yeah, and it's not even the fact of being cocky or anything like that. It's literally just self-love, and it's so important because a lot of people don't even realize how insecure they are within themselves. Because I could be put in any place in the world, and I know I'd be able to make friends.
You'd be fine and make friends. Know where you're going.
Yeah, I'd be
have fun.
To have fun. I can vibe alone. I can vibe with other people. I'd make other friends, but other people would be in a very sticky situation. So, like that's why I tell people that listen, don't rush into the whole uni thing. Have a gap here. Start to find yourself. Start to see where you're really at yourself, because especially in school, you're always around other people, so you can't really blame people for the way they are, because that's the way society's made us be. Oh, by the way, I'm with one of my guys, and I'm not just talking to myself.
Oh Lord. That's crazy.
But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the way school's made us be, like we're always used to being around other people. We've always got our friendship group, so that all we really know is being with other people. So that's why I recommend having a gap here, so you actually know what you want to do yourself. Like you're not influenced by your friends and stuff like that. I
can't lie to you. A lot of what people want to do is, even if they don't think it, it's heavily influenced by parents and pressures around you. Like as soon as I find that most people, once they are out of school, right, they actually find what they're good at and what they like.
Yeah.
Like some people, I guess they are good at school, but most people, like I know most people aren't like just good at school.
Yeah.
Like I know a couple of people that
there's so much more to school, man. There's so much more.
And I also feel like people feel like they can only be one thing in the world.
Yeah.
Like if you are pursuing to be like, I'm gonna say doctor because it's nice.
Yeah.
You can only be a doctor, but then I don't believe that you're good at one thing only. Like you can play football if you want, maybe not professionally, but you can still go out and play football. You can maybe be a carpenter, like you can know carpenting if you want. You can research into loads of other things instead of just being that one thing.
Yeah. Like
mum used to tell me like, you know, like be whatever you want.
Yeah. So I feel like with the school route, they just make you feel like there's only one thing you can do. And because people just go from school, they go to sixth form, college, then they go to uni,
straight to
they
work.
just think like it's a channel.
It's the only way to go in.
They think it's a tunnel vision, but at the end of the day, there's so much more out there for people to experience. And especially like when I do my TikToks as well, I feel like a lot of people, they haven't really experienced much,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't allow themselves to experience much. So I just say to them, like, you lot need to go out and actually find what you actually enjoy, because
Yeah, definitely.
there's more to life than just that one subject that they're telling you.
That you like.
Make sure you take these 4 GCSEs. That's gonna be the best for you to
Get a good job.
get to the good job in that sector. When listen, GCSEs are one thing. Probably maths and English are the only ones that really matter.
Like, I know one guy. I cut his hair recently, right? And he was like to me, he was so happy that he failed his GCSEs because he wouldn't be where he's at now. He was like to me, he's probably in uni stressing about life somewhere, right? But right now he's doing accounting, and he's a finance. He's moved like he did an apprenticeship, right?
Yeah.
And he's quite, like on his way in accounting, and yeah, he failed his GCSEs, and he's an accountant essentially.
Yeah, you can do I think it's the ATP or something like that, or APP. Something
And he was like to me,
accounting thing in
like,
college.
in school, it's how they say, oh, you need maths to be an accountant, right? He was like to me, nah, it's more English you need to be an accountant, because
really?
you don't do the maths yourself. You got a computer to do it for you.
Yeah.
What you just need to do is be able to communicate, and tell people where their money's going, what they're really doing.
Yeah, 100%.
So
That's
I think
the thing
people
that
misled.
people just believe everything that they're told, and they don't realize there's just so much more than what the teachers told them. Because it's just exactly what I say as well. Like, the people that are teaching you, you need to be inspired by them.
Yeah.
So when you find your mentor, you need to, if you was able to trade places or trade information with them, then they should be somebody that you'd want to do that with. Because like, sometimes, like, I remember one of my boys said to me, he had his lecture, then he saw his lecturer getting on the bus after, and he's thinking he's paying all this money a year for somebody that can't even drive after going to uni. They're getting on the bus back. Like, how are you paying almost 10,000 a year
what,
for somebody that's not in the position anywhere near that you want to be in? Because if you paid a millionaire £10,000 to teach you for a month, I'm telling you now, they'd take that. And they'll be able to pattern you in that month, and they'll be able to teach you a lot. They'll be able to teach you a lot more than what a lecturer could teach you within that small space of time. Like, most people come out of uni for the year and they don't know nothing. You literally don't know nothing. So yeah,
They come out with degrees.
Yeah, they come out with degrees, but they don't actually know anything, innit?
Yeah.
So it's one of them ones where you need to be thinking that, right,
But sometimes I feel like
is this really worth it?
schools don't teach you how to live in it. Like I don't know how taxes work and all that, right? But the first thing that schools do when you finish school is they tax you.
Yeah.
Like, how you manage money like that? How you
You go into an agreement blindly, literally. And the thing is, something that I've learned as well with business tax, it is very, very, very hard to be rich in this country and to pay your taxes fully. The way they tax you is different, extortionate. It's very hard. So that's like another thing, is that people don't realize the importance of an accountant as well.
I think that's why rappers keep all their money in cash. I actually understand.
And I'm not gonna lie, they definitely have magic accountants,
magic lawyers, accountants, all of those.
Everything, because trust me, when you start seeing the way taxes work, it is very, very hard. It's very hard to be rich in this country, man. Honestly, it's very hard. So there's so much that they don't teach us that's actually important in life. Paying bills, there's literally so much stuff. It's just crazy, man. Just set you up to get in, pay your taxes, and just live comfy.
Do you know what? I used to think that like, humans don't live in the jungle anymore, right? Like, we live in a modern society. Like, it's not, we're not animals or
Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like it's still a jungle, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it's very much like, once you leave your house and you discover the world, it's still as rough as living, with lions and whatnot, and like living in the jungle. Because I don't know, I guess it's,
elaborate on that a bit more. I'm trying to
let's see. It won't look like a jungle, obviously.
Yeah, no, I know.
But
I know it's like a
what's it called again?
Metaphor.
Yeah, metaphor. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're very much exposed to a lot of dangers that you aren't aware of as of when you were younger, because you're protected by your parents and whatnot. But as soon as you grow up, maybe when you turn 18, you start working, you start
seeing the real life,
you realise how ugly it really is. And like, I know some people that I used to like want to rush into the adult world, or want to rush into being being
So I
grown
think
up. But I'm like, bro, you don't want to do that. It's ugly, bro.
You know what it is as well. School teaches us to go straight into work, everything, just so we can start paying our taxes earlier. Because the earlier that we start to work,
The earlier,
the earlier they get paid.
Yeah.
The earlier people go into uni, the earlier they get paid. So it's all just a reoccurring
But do you know what though?
system.
I'm not going at taxing, innit? We live in the cleanest country. We should give something back, right? But not everything. It's
rate
too much.
that they do it.
It's way too much.
Crazy, bro. The rate they do it is crazy.
I know I'm chatting like as if I get taxed. I don't. But just from like seeing other people, and I'm like, that's not fair, man. Like how are they gonna live? How are they gonna live when you just?
Because now let me give you an example. Yeah. So for you to pay VAT,
Yeah.
you need to be making you need to be having 85,000 go out of your account.
Yeah.
So now let's say that you're what kind of business can I give for example? Let me think. So any business, let's say like somewhere like Curry's, they're selling electronics. Let's say they're selling them for like 300 TVs for like £300 each.
Yeah.
You're gonna be hitting that 85,000 very, very quickly.
Pretty quickly, yeah.
And then after that, you're having to spend 20% on anything over that. And then before that, you got to pay corporation tax.
Yeah.
And you got to pay your employees. You got to pay there's so much stuff. It's so hard to actually make a profit within this. And then you get taxed on the profit you take out. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, you have the profit in the business.
Yeah.
But then when you try to take it out, you get taxed on that as well.
Wow.
And like when you start to speak to accountants, there's a lot of ways that you can get around it. But if you wasn't to have an accountant, honestly, you'd be left with nothing. So it's so important that you get to learn all of this stuff, because when you jump into it, you're gonna be.
Yeah. Do you know what?
It's gonna hit you hard.
Do you know what? I'm scared, right? Because scared / excited, because